Welcome. Good evening. I'm Dave Knapp, man of the Mounjaro. That's why I'm here. You are on the pen. That's why you're here. Wegovy, Saxenda, Victoza, Trulicity, Mounjaro, Zepbound. That pen is why you're here, and we're here all to learn more. Tonight, we have a special kind of installment of On the Pen where we're going to talk about all things maximizing your insurance benefits before the end of the year, because I think there's going to be a lot of people, especially those of you who maybe have just jumped on to Zepbound, who are new to this whole game of trying to navigate prior authorizations with your insurance company, trying to maximize the benefits that you get, and to make sure that you stay stocked up on your medication so that you don't end up the creek. If you're here just joining, welcome Yelly's Vlog. Thank you for being here. Miss Tapman, welcome for being here. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure that, especially if you're watching this over on Facebook, that you share this into any groups that you may be a part of, including, hey Terry, how are you tonight? Including Zepbound for Weight Loss, which is my new Facebook group for those on Zepbound. Zepbound for Weight Loss over on Facebook. I'll make sure to go back and link it in the description of this video when we're done. But if you're on Facebook, Zepbound for weight loss. And tonight, I'm going to be sharing some information. Hey, all up in the comments. Kristen Schmidt, Tammy B, Teresa, welcome. Thank you all for being here. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. Folly Beach, welcome. Yeah, so tonight we're talking about all things maximizing your insurance benefits before the end of the year here. So let's jump right into it. And this information comes compliments of a great moderator that I have over on Zepbound for Weight Loss over on Facebook, Brent Tuggle, who will actually be joining us for On the Pen here in just a couple of weeks. And he also is the one of the proprietors of a men's group about GLP-1s for weight loss over on Facebook as well. So if you're a man, you may want to check out that group as well. Well, let's jump right into it. So there's just some things that you can do right now to take advantage of your insurance benefits and to make sure that you're not up the creek come January. So the thing is, if you're on Mounjaro and you're on the old savings card, that savings card ends at the end of the year. So you still have time, if you can get it done within the next couple of days here. You can still get 2 more fills. Typically, they'll let you fill that on the card every 21 days, roughly. I think it says 28, but in my experience, it's around 21 days. That 21st day, you're able to take advantage of that card again. So you could get 2 more fills before the end of the year if you get it in the next day or 2, and then you get another one towards the end of the month. And you also need to consider if you're not on the savings card, now might be a time to get another box or a couple boxes to maybe a 3-month supply of the one you're on. And then later in the month, you can also ask your doctor to bump up to the next dose as well. Just some ways that you can kind of make sure that you've got a little bit of a stockpile on, because I do anticipate, not so much with Mounjaro, but I do anticipate with Zepbound, you're going to see some of the things that we saw on Mounjaro in the last year, where you're going to find yourself in certain dosages that may be in shortage. So just a way to kind of stay out ahead of that. On that kind of topic, a 3-month supply is going to be a great conversation to have with your doctor if you are on a dose where you plan on camping out for a while, especially if you are in maintenance. Get that 3-month fill before the end of the year. I'm going to jump into the chat real quick and make sure. Matt had an issue today with injecting, and he hit a surface vein and bled a lot for the first 5 minutes, had the adrenaline rush and body was cold. And it's just, that can be kind of scary, Matt. I had a similar experience with my CGM a couple weeks ago. Actually, pulled up to I had been out of my CGMs for a couple days, and the sales guy that I was on the road with, and I stopped and I just said, hey, can I grab my CGMs here? I've been out for a couple of days. And so he obliged. We stopped. And then I put on my CGM and just started bleeding like crazy. And that's the second time that's happened. So that's no good. So Matt, I hope you're doing better now. Went straight into the bloodstream. You should probably be feeling it this week then, huh? the savings card ending for everyone, even if you're diabetic with insurance. So the OG savings card is ending at the end of the month here. For those who are on it with diabetes, yes, ends at the end of the month. There's likely, the OG savings card ended. The one we refer to as the OG savings card ended in June, but the other cards that they issued are ending at the end of the year. My sense is they'll come out with another one first of the year. I don't know that it'll be as good, but it'll be here. So jumping back into the notes that I have here from Brent, again, proprietor of the Men's Mounjaro group on Facebook, but also Zepbound for Weight Loss, which is my group on Facebook. If you want to join over there, Zepbound for Weight Loss on Facebook. So quantity limits. Some but not all insurance plans will cover a fill per dose level regardless of the fill dates. So each dose has an equivalent, an individual quantity limit. So you may only be able to fill one box of 5. It may be tricky with the discount cards, but for those with insurance coverage, it is an option. So if you have insurance coverage for your Mounjaro, you get that 5 milligram fill. Your insurance is also going to fill a 7.5 or a 10 or a 12.5 as well. It's considered a new prescription. While you may not be able to fill 2 5s in a month, you can fill a 5 and then a different dose. Again, these are conversations to have with your doctor. I'm definitely not advocating for doing anything shady here, but it is a way to kind of make sure you build yourself a little supply if you're unsure about the coming year with your insurance and everything. And also, just deductibles. Some people have those high deductible plans, and they may find that they're not paying that much for their Zepbound or Mounjaro right now, but they find ultimately that the first year rolls over, and then all of a sudden they're paying a whole bunch out of pocket that they weren't expecting. So if you are on Mounjaro and you're looking at switching to Zepbound, continue to pursue getting your Mounjaro filled even while you're waiting to switch to Zepbound, whether that's hitting the formulary in January or sooner than that. It's really important, I think, to continue to get that Mounjaro filled. Again, we talked about this ad nauseum on this channel. It's the same medication. Zepbound and Mounjaro are exactly the same medication, same pens, same dosages, same active ingredient, which is tirzepatide. But one, Mounjaro approved for the use of treating type 2 diabetes, and Zepbound for chronic weight management. So continue to get that Mounjaro filled if you are able to. Continue to advocate for yourself to get your PA approved for Zepbound, especially when prescribed meds you must fail first. That's called step therapy. A lot of your insurance companies, whether we're talking about Zepbound or Mounjaro, are going to require that you go through step therapy. And step therapy basically means the insurance companies want to see you fail on a cheaper drug before they're going to say, hey, we'll go ahead and pay for the expensive one. A lot of times for diabetics, that's going to be trying out metformin, which is not a pleasant medication to be on for most people. So you want to make sure that you get that ball rolling and get failing on those lesser drugs sooner rather than later so that you can get that PA train rolling. Another way to advocate for yourself is obviously going to be to stay on top of your doctor and make sure that your doctor is aware that there is a great resource from Eli Lilly out there on zepbound.lilly.com, where they can actually go through and look at what exactly the IDX-10 codes are that they will need to add to your Zepbound prescription to make sure that it gets approved by your insurance. But you may have to fail on other drugs, which would be really tough if you have to fail on Wegovy, Saxenda, or Ozempic before you get a Mounjaro, because they're very hard to find, right? A lot of pharmacies aren't going to have them readily available. So I wouldn't take no for an answer. You got to call around. You got to advocate for yourself. You've got to make sure that you're talking to multiple pharmacies. And again, to beat a dead horse, a lot of times those mom and pop pharmacies will have supply when the bigger ones don't. When there's issues of actual shortages, you want to pay attention to your larger pharmacies sometimes because they tend to get the allotment first. But those mom and pop pharmacies are sleepers. A lot of times they're sitting on some doses, although they don't sit on a ton of inventory because these are expensive medications. I'm going to jump back into the chat and say hey to Miss Tapman, who said, that she's waiting for her doctor to put in her PA, and she loves the new studio. Thank you, Miss T. Y'all have helped provide it for me. The members, if you want to become a member of this channel, you can do so for only $2.99 a month. You can click the link in the description where it says become a member, and that just supports the work that I do. For a couple bucks a month, it helps to get back to the stream, and all this is compliments of those members. So shout out to the members in the chat tonight. Talk to pharmacies and insurance before having your provider write and send the scripts, because you're going to cause yourself a lot of headaches if you're calling and having a prescription called into a pharmacy that can't get the medication through whatever distributor they use. So you want to call around to pharmacies and ask them, hey, do you have Zepbound? Can you order Zepbound? And they'll be able to tell you right away, yes, I have it. No, I don't have it. Yes, I can order it. No, I can't order it. And so then you can have your doctor send it into the appropriate pharmacy so that you can make sure that gets filled. So that's what I got for you tonight. Just some ways to be advocating before the end of the year here. I really strongly advocate that you get a fill within the next couple of days so that you can get another fill in by the end of the month on that last of the Mounjaro savings card. I also recommend that you maximize your benefits, especially if you have a high deductible plan, by getting a 3-month script this month to cover you for the first quarter of next year. And those are going to be some of the big ones, right? So Alice, welcome to the stream. And thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you for jumping on. We've got a great On the Pen show for you this week. Chrissy G will be back on the pen this week. So we're excited to welcome Chrissy G back into the stream and catch up with her. I know she's back on the pen after a hiatus, and so we'll be eager to hear from her. Sounds like it's going really well. Chrissy was a great guest on a few months ago, and so we're going to have her on here again this week. So shout out to Chrissy G. Thank her for giving some of her time to the stream again. Let me know in the chat if you are a friend of Chrissy G's or a follower of her. Miss T wants to know when she can come on the show. Miss T, we'll get you on the show. You want to be on the show? Let's get Miss T in here. Absolutely. Miss T, send me an email. Chrissy G's her girl. Yeah, Chrissy G's awesome. And then again, we got Brett Tuggle, the moderator for my Zepbound for Weight Loss group on Facebook. Again, make sure you go over there, jump into that Facebook group. A lot of these questions get answered. I'll post quick videos to the members of that channel there as well, just to make sure that they're getting questions answered efficiently as they go through their Zepbound journey, because we've all been there. So especially you OG Mounjaris, you'll have a lot to contribute to those who are just getting on the pen in the form of Zepbound, and we're looking forward to that. So make sure you hit that like, hit that bell, hit that sub before we go. Thank you tonight to the members for being here. Appreciate you. Thank you, Matt, for always feeding me all the great information throughout the week. So many of you send me emails throughout the week. I can't always get to all of them. And to be honest, I can't even try to get to all of them. But just know that I appreciate them. And people like Matt who feed me information all the time. A lot of times I'll catch an email from him and I'll catch the article and throw a quick video up. So shout out to him tonight. Thank you all for being here. Y'all are the best part of what I do here at Man on the Mounjaro. Make sure you join in on Thursday night for our regular installment of On the Pen Live, where again, we'll have Chrissy G, and we will catch you on the next stream.